Monday, September 22nd or 1st or the 23rd, give or take a day. First update video in a long time. Video taping from the new crib. I bought a house in January, which is a pretty monumental move for me. I never thought I'd actually own a home. The amount of hoops I had to jump through to get into this house, even though I'm well qualified and done lots of credit repair and have a good income and never owned a home before, the amount of hoops that you have to jump through is just ridiculous. But here I am, been here since January, so about 8 months now. I won't do a full home tour right now because I'm about to go to work, but a relatively brief update video. So since my last video, obviously, or my last face-to-face video, obviously, bought the house, quit my job in February for a new job that was much less physical. As a result, I blew back up into the 300s. For a sort of just briefly, I'm back down into the mid to low 280s because I came back to my original job. So between February and June, I had left my current job, which is the one that is hard to out-eat because I burn so many calories there. And I was doing a similar type of work, but it was just less physical, and it was split between two people. In that time, I was doing another job where I was hauling oil for a brief period of time. I was also doing another job where I was doing LTL, which is sort of local deliveries in a semi-truck where you're picking up at one spot and taking to another. Basically just the postal service for big stuff. So I've been juggling, between February and June, I was juggling 3 jobs, mostly at the same time. Like I was working all of them at the same time. So I had quit my original job because, it's physically backbreaking, and, if I can make the same money doing something that's not going to have me be a cripple by the time I'm 50, that would be good. But on the flip side, I was working 90, 100 hours a week, and I was making roughly the same, or maybe even 10% less money than I was making at my original job. So wised back up, realized the grass was not greener on the other side of the fence, and went back to my original job. So that's why I was able to get back down into the 280s, and haven't really cleaned up my diet all that much. So, when I actually begin to do that, I imagine pretty quickly I'll drop back down into the 260s where I was. So no big deal, not too concerned about that. Exercise has been, of course, sporadic at best. But what else? Girlfriend moved in officially very recently, but for the better part of 6 months, technically. Enjoy the house so far. A bit outside of Denver. I still work in Denver, so the commute, it's not that far, but far enough outside that I could get, a full standalone house with a 3-car garage and a nice big backyard, which is one of my favorite parts. I don't know if you can see it very well out there. They call this an oversized lot. It's actually like on a quarter-acre plot for like a metropolitan area, that's a decent amount of space. So really liking this so far. Still trying to, get balanced financially because while the mortgage isn't much more than what I was paying for rent, it's still more, and it seems like mysteriously every bill increases. Even though my output, my consumption of electricity, of water, of gas hasn't increased, everything's twice as much. And, you got to buy appliances, and luckily these shitbox appliances in the kitchen here came with the house. Washer and dryer and oven are okay. That oven, the refrigerator is a real piece of shit though. But at least I didn't have to buy those. But new washer, new dryer, and just a shit ton of little things that I had to do around the house, or I felt like I had to do. there's still a million things like I feel like I have to do, but it's a relatively new house, so nothing breaking down, everything, you know, it's only a 10-year-old home, so still feels pretty new. And like I said, the neighborhood is super nice, sort of like maybe like an upper end blue collar neighborhood, like a lot of people who maybe do stuff like I do, or carpenters or plumbers or electricians, like a lot of skilled laborers. But yeah, super quiet and less traffic out here, still a reasonable commute into town. And I mean, all the neighbors leave their garage doors open all night, and so it seems like there's not much threat or fear of burglary or robbery, and neighborhood watch programs and an HOA and yada, yada, yada. So I think I made a good choice in the house. And, you know, my first house, it's, you know, it's good sized for me right now. It's about a little less than 2,000 square feet. I would like to upgrade in time, so, you know, I'm 33 now. Maybe by the time I'm 40, I can upgrade to something a bit larger, but they call it a tri-level. So you have like this is the kitchen, the front, that's the living room or the front room or the formal room, or whatever you want to call it, which is just, I don't even have any furniture there yet. Upstairs is 3 bedrooms, one that I've converted into an office and Xbox room, and 2 bathrooms. No bathroom on the main floor, which I think is ridiculous. And this is what I'm treating as the living room right now. And then down through there is the full 3-car garage, and then the basement is also over that way. So good sized house overall, about as much as I want to try to maintain or handle by myself. So that's it though. So like I said, I'll keep this relatively short. Thanks to those of you who've stuck around through my absence. I've just been, you know, so busy, and like I said, at times working 90, 100 hours per week, being on call. We need you here in 45 minutes. Going to be going to Utah for 2 days. Get back. Make sure you slept on your way back, because we need you to go back out 2 hours later to go to Wyoming or South Dakota for a day and a half, 2 days. So luckily I'm not doing that anymore. I'm back on my, you know, I have Fridays and Saturdays off, and, you know, I'm going to go into work now. It's only about 4:15. I can start whenever I want to. I love the flexibility of this job as long as I can finish by 4:30 a.m. So yeah, getting back to the old job was a good move to make. But anyways, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and until next time, which hopefully won't be, you know, too long from right now. See ya.